Hi YouTube. This is gonna be season 37, Survivor rank tier list. That's where
I
you
am a
get.
robot. I only produce tier lists. I am robotic.
I
I don't
haven't
know
I
what to do.
haven't
I have
made
no
a tier
personality.
list in a year. Let me
I
Why are you
breathe.
lying?
personality. I
Wait, you
only do tier
literally
lists.
made a tier list like a couple streams ago.
Yo, bro.
You literally made a
Anyway,
tier list a couple streams ago.
okay. Like just let me breathe. Anyway, shut up. All right. So tier list is pretty simple, broken up S, A plus, A minus. I do this because there is a lot of A tier characters and some of them weaker, some of them stronger, etc. Then we have B tier, C tier, and D tier, which is a character exclusive tier.
D tier, let's start it off. Mindseye, let's go.
Yeah, totally.
D for she can.
Okay.
What?
Anyways,
Oh,
yeah, don't get me demonetized, bro. This is going on YouTube, so
I didn't say anything.
yeah.
everybody knows what you meant.
So
No
let's
one
just
knows what I
start
meant.
off. Let's just start off with the basic of basics. So we got Lucky Guy. I'm putting Lucky Guy. Lucky Guy, I'm gonna be honest. He's a calm like lower B tier character. I'm not gonna order it now, but he's a calm lower B tier character. He's chill. He's the definition of potential guy, like potential man. Like he can do like little cipher shit with the bot. You know, it's fine. He can get any item. He can play, technically speaking, any role, and you gotta respect that. Rank or tourney? Rank, not tourney, just rank. Tournament is gonna be, that's its own fucking. I do not have the brain power for tournament right now. So yeah, lucky guy, pretty self-explanatory. B tier character. Doctor, we got Doctor in C tier. Doctor doesn't really provide much for the team aside from like a very micro niche counter for Ivy and other hunters like Joseph and Hermit. I don't really need to explain much. She doesn't really do anything for the team aside from just heal really fast, but she's still an easy chase. So that niche just gets taken out the window if she gets kite first. Not that much to explain. Next up, Lawyer. We got Lawyer, A tier. He definitely fell off from a while back from where he was, but Lawyer in a rank setting, he still provides a lot. The map being able to call out where the hunter is, you know, the passive stat buffs, and being able to decode really fucking fast, along with also just not being able to get terror shock since he can play as a pseudo rescuer if need be, if the time comes. Oh, he's a very versatile character. So I respect that. I put him in A tier. Puppet is trash. B tier. This is rank, bro.
Rank.
This is
Well,
rank.
yeah, Puppet isn't very good in rank.
Yeah, Puppeteer unironically is not the greatest in a rank because it's not controlled, but we'll get into that later.
Dork alert.
Ah, shut the hell up. Anyways, next up we got Thief. Thief also in C tier. He has his niches with you know, the
Bro, he's B tier.
yeah,
Clerk,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, brother said clerk.
What?
Thief in C tier. He can decode fine, and I think the niche of, you know, his not being able to slow vault is all fine and dandy for kiting, but like the flashlight is a really like semi-easy ability to avoid as long as you have the ability to moonwalk, which a lot of hunters do, unless you're Trash Watch, in which you can't moonwalk in 2025 for whatever reason. But other than that, his ability is not the hardest to deal with. So not providing much for the team aside from already what he should be providing. So does nothing special. Next up is Gardener, who I think I still put her in A+ tier. Specifically because of the versatility of the bubble. She fell off from where she was, but like I wouldn't put her at the top of A+ anymore, but I still put her at A+ just because of what she can do. A- is crazy. A- Gardener? What?
You know, Gardner does pretty good in rank.
Gardener in rank does amazing. Gardener is an amazing just slap on the team character who can kite. Like she's especially she has a guaranteed like second/third hit throughout the entire match. That lasts 6 seconds. Plus the veteran speed bonus, like it helps a lot. Like those extra 2 seconds of speed boost gain you a shit ton of distance. Like she is she's the embodiment of consistent. What surprise, I like it. So, you know. Yeah. All right,
You
we're
should-
gonna get.
you-
What? What were you gonna say, Toxic?
By the way, you should say that this is a biased ranked tier list. By the way,
Biased ranked tier list. Yeah. Biased ranked tier list. She's not consistent compared to other characters.
Completely unbiased ring tier list.
What's
then
not
it's already wrong. It's already wrong. Then
what's not consistent? What's not consistent about her character though? Like I'm confused.
Because it could be a bonbon, obviously.
All right. Well.
Because your toolbox can't counter every single hunter.
Don't say it like that.
Anyways,
I hate
next
that
one.
voice.
Next one is gonna be the first, I guess, quote unquote hot topic. But we got magician all the way up in S tier.
It's called a hot take, not a hot topic.
We got magician
fuck?
in S.
What
We
the
got-
fuck?
We got magician in S. Rank
that's
wise,
easy.
magician in S. Cold ass.
Easy.
Cold
That's
ass.
easy.
No, he's S. He's S.
Easy.
S tier.
He's S after his buff.
Bro, he can kite every single hunter in the game if you're not like brain dead.
Not to mention now, he can. The speed boost that he gets, like from the clone hit, like from the clone
Broken
disappearing,
windows.
it's a free broken windows on
That's
top of
okay.
on top of the speed boost he already gets from using his wand. Because of that, you can run him on Tide. Like he can be a sub rescue if needed. Who decodes fine.
Yeah.
So it gives him so much more versatility.
People in CN
Bro was already
are
good. Like,
being
what the
down.
hell was this buff, LMAO? No, literally, like he was already a good character, and then they buffed him, and it's like, oh shit, like I'm not gonna complain. I definitely have magician in S, and again, he's consistent. If you put a good player on magician, good player gonna kite good because good character do good thing. You know?
Wait. Did the buff of magician is gonna be an IGL?
Yes, it is because these buffs came
Okay.
in April, and buffs and nerfs only are a month behind live server and test server, so they will be. But no, not
they
to
will-
mention, of course, the wand being a tangible object for hunters. So, you know, they have to break it. You can put it in some areas to body block things, to body block narrow alleyways and whatnot. Think of like niches with like steps on like ever sleeping or hotel, for example, you know. He's just very good. Like I don't see how this
No, I'm
character
sorry.
can't be an S tier.
Mage is completely better than
Uh,
Cord in every single way, in my opinion.
I personally add an SS tier on my tier list because stuff like Mage is good. They don't quite reach the heights of your Cord, Acro, etc. I don't understand it, but I think for survivors, a lot of the potential comes out from when the team plays together, which is why I don't have SS compared to when I have SS for hunters. Because, you know, hunter
I mean-
is all you know, there's nothing to add except just how good you are at using the abilities.
You
So
should say biased tier list, by the way.
bias tier list, but it's not really bias.
I mean, the tier list isn't even half being done.
Right, like
I mean,
And
it's
they're not
really-
in order
let me-
either.
Yeah, it's not even ordered either yet. Next up we got Explorer. Explorer after his buffs, I'm putting the boy A- tier. I think Explorer, unironically, is a solid decoder pick and rank, especially if you actually know how to play Explorer.
All the dream witches and naiads are salivating at the thought of Explorer.
Yeah, the dream witches and naiads are salivating, but I put Explorer in A- tier. Explorer is a very, like, now after his buff where Feaster Tentacles, Hullabaloo clones, even though he's gonna be like banned, you know, they like you don't fucking have to deal with shit now. Nobody can find you out. You don't got to deal with Ivy either because she's always gonna be banned. You know, Ivy's always gonna be
And-
banned.
Today in rank, we did pretty good. There was an Explorer S badge in there, and we did pretty good in Cypher Rush, like really good.
The buff, yeah, his Cypher Rush buff, being able to get a page for every part, like for every percent, like getting part of he gets like part of a page for every percent of a cipher that he gets, and it's up to like he gets 15% page. So that's 15% extra progress that he gets on the next cipher that he starts, which is what is it? It's like the average time to decode a cipher is 80 seconds. So he's cutting that time by about 10 seconds now for his next cipher to decode, on top of his already pages, on top of the pages that he can already find in general.
I feel like Explorer is better than Lawyer, no?
No, because
wouldn't.
lawyer, I wouldn't put lawyer. I put lawyer higher because lawyer at least like Explorer tells you where the hunter is, like distance wise. but you already have that anyway when it comes to area selection. Lawyer just straight up tells you who the hunter is, and assuming, in rank again, like when you have comms, if you're dueling or something, and even with just the basic pings, it really helps. It helps
That's
with
right.
rotation.
No TS, veteran speed bonus, and he
Yeah.
gets faster decoding if he finishes a cipher.
Yep, and
What about his
faster comm.
kiting wise?
For who? Explorer,
Like his
lawyer.
For Explorer, I feel like it's not really the greatest if you get caught.
It's not the greatest, but that's his gimmick. Like, he has a decent
Mm.
gimmick to where it can work.
The thing is that Explorer shouldn't be getting chased.
Yeah, that is also the truth.
That's also
Unless you're
true.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag Zeus IDV.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Explorer is overall better due to honestly. I mean, if you're gonna say Explorer is a better decoder than Lawyer, I would agree, but I'm not gonna put Explorer over Lawyer just overall. That's just,
Overall, Lawyer is definitely
yeah.
better.
Yeah. Next we got Merc. Merc is obviously
Yes,
in D
sir.
tier. Merc's obviously in D tier. No more
What are you
15
talking
seconds.
about?
Can't
What are
elbow
you
pat.
talking
about?
Straight D.
Yup,
Nah, I'm
yup.
joking. Merc
What are you talking
obviously.
about?
Merc obviously S tier character
Nigga, whoever
still.
said A+, I'm banning you.
Wow.
You're delusional as fuck if you think
Hey.
you're A+.
Calm down. I know you're.
That's
I
my
know you're
baby.
upset. Yeah, I know you're
That's
upset
my
about your
baby
baby. So
daddy.
calm down.
I'm the mother of his child.
Yo.
No.
This is all going on
It's
YouTube.
easy
But
to bait me. I'm gonna.
you
I
know,
can't
you know this is going on YouTube, right?
I'm
So
gonna
just know the
bait you.
entire.
What?
Yes.
Clip that out, please.
What do you think I'm doing this for, bro? Like, what do you think I'm doing this
Dude,
for?
for fun. Lowest on
no.
S tier, you're fucking crazy. In rank, he's so fucking broken.
Yeah. If this was tournament, I don't think I would even have him in S. I'm gonna be honest, but because it's a rank
I
setting.
think lowest of S in tourney, but like in rank, he's the best fucking rescuer in the game.
A for tourney.
And rank,
That's
like, you
debatable.
gotta. Merc is too solid and too consistent of a rescuer in rank specifically against every single hunter. He can
Literally every single hunter, and you forget endgame too. That shit is like.
Yeah, delayed damage is also just a stupidly broken ability.
Like
Knight
no
and
other
Journal
rescuer
are
in
the
the
best
game
rescuers right
compares
now.
to-
No.
What am I hearing?
Knight and
What?
Journalist are the best
in rank,
potential
there is
man
a case
You got a
for them.
rescuers.
nigga from
For
Japan
rank,
server
no.
over here, bro.
For rank, there is a case for them. I will say.
What case
Well,
do you have?
obviously there's a hint of
Well,
decline.
you know what?
The
We'll get.
character's like 7 years old.
You know what? We will
Wait
get
a
to it.
second.
We will get to it. We will get to it. No, we will get to it. We will get to it. Next up, Priestess. This one is also gonna be a hot take. I
B
have
tier.
Priestess just A tier. Flat
A
A tier.
minus, bro.
Global Portal's too
Easy A
strong.
minus.
Global Portal's too strong in rank if you're in a coordinated team. I just
I forgot
solid,
rank
just
exists.
solid A. Priestess.
A
I'm sorry.
minus, bro.
I'm sorry. She's not S tier. She's not S tier. She fell off from S tier like a year ago, like 2 years ago even. She's not S tier anymore. Like, that's it.
Yo,
No one plays her.
coming from the former first Priestess 9.1k 0.6 time,
Yeah.
Who give a fuck?
I would say A minus. I would say A minus. Bro.
I would understand that, but I just put her in A because the utility of Global Portal, if you have comms in rank, especially if you're going to be duoing, like, it is strong as shit. It also forces the hunter to bring a trait, which if you're forcing a hunter to hinder their chase to bring a trait to counter you, that's respectable. Her kiting, though, if you chase the Priestess, I have her in A because her kiting is cheeks, just blatantly. With all these new
An
hunters,
A
her kiting
minus.
is cheeks.
Boo.
A minus.
If we're looking
Her
at her,
kiting is
I mean, it's not
Let's
the.
just assume that this is
yeah.
rank and duo. Only
Yeah,
duo because
rank
you should
and
be
duo.
in
You should be
tier.
in, yeah, because there should be, champ to peak. You're not
I mean,
in
the
four
majority
stack
of
and
the game
champ
is
to peak.
not. Majority of the game is not champion and Titan.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but this is at peak
tier.
performance.
Yeah, if this is at peak performance, then we're expecting at peak tier.
If it's at the highest caliber possible, then it's A plus. But
Yeah, I also agree with that. Then
A plus.
that's pushing it.
If
Like
we're-
lowest
if we're
A plus.
giving
The
all of these characters peak performance, peak potential, peak everything, then yeah, A plus.
Okay, well then if that's the case, damn near every character's in A plus.
No.
No.
Peak tier
That's
isn't peak
also
performance.
saying that the hunter is bad. You can be the
Exactly.
best doctor on the server and you can go against an opera and just die in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like
His
it's
doctor
about
sucks.
that's why I try to take the human aspect out of it. I just look at what they do and like instances where they can look good and look bad. If you adding the element of a person behind the character literally like kind of fucks over everything. Cause
Bro, you have to put Merc in D tier if you put the person behind it. Everyone on the server sucked ass ever.
so yeah, how Gardener's better? It's not ordered. It's not ordered. Oh, like you mean the tier shit? Well, because Gardener can kite. Priestess has 2 portals that she needs to wait 70 seconds for, and with every hunter outpacing 70 seconds, like what
It's
else?
not.
I would
It's
trust
not.
Literally
It's
a
not
kiting
enough.
character. And
Yeah,
Priestess is an assist, so
exactly.
I trust a gardener to kite a fool's gold more than a priestess. So.
no, literally. Got bubble in a dream.
Me personally, there's a lot of hunters that can counter Priestess. You just gotta know how to play them correctly.
Yeah.
In your
Priestess
opinion,
support and
that's not,
backdoor
it's not,
rescue on good maps needs to be respected. Exactly. That's why
Yeah,
I put
that's
her
a
in A
massive
tier.
kind of thing.
That's why I put
Yeah,
her in
that's a
A
good
tier.
point.
That's why I put her in A tier. That's why she's a balance of in between both.
Tell her sleeping on Arms Factory priestess.
Yo, bro. Like I can't put her in A
Yeah.
plus tier. I can't put her in A plus tier because her kiting is too weak for A plus tier, but I can't put her in A minus tier because her support and utility is also strong and it's not explorer level, for example, That's why I just
I think she
smack her in the
belongs
middle.
in D tier.
That's why I just smack her in the middle. Next up we have a coordinator who I believe is just an easy S tier
S
character.
tier.
Easy
Easy
S
S
tier
tier.
character. Easy S tier character. She's still viable versus Go and support on the right max make her at least A plus. Yeah, you see right there, you just killed yourself. Support on the right maps. Right maps. Needing certain Gardener does not need a condition to kite. Gardener can kite on any map, point blank period.
And also, this is a rank thing, so Goatman would never be allowed.
Not to mention you also won't have the maps that you always want. Characters that need
Bro, if you're
some
letting Goldman in rank and high
Yeah.
tier, honestly, you deserve to
Yeah.
lose.
Cord is not S. Cord is 110% S. Can force the hunter to bring a certain trait. She can universally kite every hunter.
Free rescues too.
Exactly.
You can rescue a fucking
She's
99% if you shoot your gun.
She's a consistent character and does her job. Can we?
Oh, and she guarantees rebound off chair if you don't use your
Yep.
gun.
Literally.
Very important.
Good raw kite skills,
Oh.
passive speed boost. Like she's an amazing character.
Bro,
Like, she is.
the fact that the gun exists on the map in the first place is
Oh,
enough
it
for
already
100.
it already makes the hunter like scared. Like Cord is amazing. Easy S
A
tier.
5-second stun, no punishment. All you have to do is not shoot a wall. Zeus.
But you also
Zeus,
said Fiona.
Flare gun.
You also said Fiona forces the hunter to bring another trait. Yeah, but the thing with that is that there was the introduction of a certain trait called Warp that's not teleport that can be used as a pseudo blink, and also counter her global portal. So that
People bring warp regardless of a priestess
anything anyway.
routine.
Like
You don't
Warp
bring
is just
excitement if there's no cooldown or stunner. And if you do, you're weird.
By the way, I like to say something that I was playing Priestess on Moonlight, and there was a wheel that brought excitement for my one portal, then immediately switched.
That's hilarious.
I was the only stunner on the team, by the way.
Nice. Next up, we have Mechanic, and I'm gonna be so dead ass. I'm kind of stuck between. I'm low key stuck between A plus and still maybe like soft S for Mechanic in rank.
No, I would say A plus.
Because
A+.
the nerfs hurt her, but like sometimes when I'm playing Mechanic, I don't even really feel the nerfs for Mechanic, like the 5%.
They're there.
They're there, but I can't feel them like that
If we
hard.
put her in next, she's gonna get another nerf, so just put her in A plus.
That's true.
Put the bot in too. Well,
I gotta put. Okay, bot is obviously S tier though, guys. Bot is S tier, clearly.
Yes,
Remember,
that I can agree with.
bot is S tier, guys. Bot is S tier.
The fact that
Is it even
the
on
bot
there? Why did
exists-
they put them separately? I'm so confused.
I don't know. It's the same way how Dreamwitch and her fucking follower are separate. Where is it? My blind, yeah, right here. They're separate. They're separate things. Why is Cord S tier? Cord S tier because she's a universal kiter who can do everything all everywhere all at once.
So she can give me money.
Yes, she can. She
That's
can
not-
unironically pay for your college tuition.
Oh,
Zeus
really?
said she can do anything, so that means that Core can commit tax fraud?
Yes. Yes, she can.
I mean, anyone could do that. I don't know why that's
Yeah.
like
Next one. Forward. Forward. A minus
S
tier. A minus tier.
D tier.
A minus tier. And we're gonna see a common theme with a lot of the harassers later on. A minus tier.
And you know who she is.
Forward A tier? Yes. In rank, absolutely.
The hunter plays disciple. What do you?
Forward A minus tier because there's a lot of fuck you hunters that say fuck you to his specific kind of harassment.
Opera singer isn't banned in rank, so usually
Yeah.
you have to ban the other three.
Opera is not banned. Opera outpaces him on his harassment. Anne exists. Hermit exists because stun. Wax Artist exists, who's just built-in anti-harassment. Naiad exists with the puddle, which means she can just stall out of forward. Peddler exists now. Peddler just throws down green on the floor and then that's it. So you can't do much. Like a lot.
Ivy.
Well, I mean, Ivy's banned to a certain degree, unless you're getting people that ban, opera singer and A tier. But yeah. Which to a certain degree, the support for forward is great. Is A minus your niche tier? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, practically. Like I would say B is like the lower end of the niche, and then A minus is like the niche. That's how I would do it. The support for forward is great. Yeah, the support for forward is great and all, but the issue with that is that forward has to risk putting himself there right in front of the hunter. And if the hunter, which we're assuming the hunter has like, a basic working brain, pays attention to said stuff, then the forward becomes a free hit or just a free chase target after using his ability. Because his ability goes on 6 seconds cooldown. Exactly.
It has a cooldown.
He needs to use his item to both support his team and defend himself, which means his item burns out very quickly. And with a lot of the hunters that are out now, he gets outpaced by those things. Wouldn't that be great as a target change if he was able to kite? But if his ability is on cooldown, then he's not going to be able to kite. Because the first hit is going to be free, and then the second hit, like, you're going to have to use your ability that you want to use to support to then kite. Not to mention, that's not even beginning to get on with the 25% decode debuff that he has. He just is not that good, like, with all the hunters around. Like, Percy's unironically being a prominent thing. Like, Clown is now a prominent pick, like a semi-prominent pick. Like, I don't think anyone can, like, disagree with that. Clown has been, like, pretty spammed in rank. Like, he has his utilities when he's going up against, like, Clerk, for example, or some shit. Or, like, Photographer, But a lot of, like, the more common draw to win potential hunters, like, they just say fuck you to him and his harassment.
Yeah.
So, forward...
next character is, no diff.
Mindseye.
No diff S tier.
Mindseye is at the bottom of C tier.
No. Why'd you make a D tier then? What's the purpose of D tier? No.
What is the purpose of D tier, honestly? Why did I make D tier?
Let's put Mindseye in D tier.
Oh, I know why I put D tier. That's why. That's why I made D tier.
What?
This is why I made D tier.
Yo.
Just put not out yet or don't rank them. What?
Yeah.
Yo.
Don't rank. Yeah. Yeah. D tier is for post nerf Archer. Yeah. Mindseye bottom of C tier. I'll be honest, I don't think we have, technically speaking, a single D tier survivor in game now. Because Mindseye is still shit. Don't get it twisted. She still sucks. But she has some level of utility with the hunter not being able to see her. And I respect that to a certain degree. I respect that.
I got 3 dozen eggs in my fridge right now.
Okay, but ignoring the fact that it's early, where do you place? No, I didn't unironically. No, I didn't thing. This wasn't a thing. This was never an early thing. If I wanted to put, we'll get to this bastard later. But yeah, Mindseye is like, you gotta respect the certain level of utility that she has. The very minuscule level utility that she has. Okay. So you gotta, I gotta respect that. Perfumer, A minus tier. If you are specialized in perfumer, she can work pretty well. She has her bad matchups, but she also has her really good matchups. I don't really think there's any real debate about that. Like, she's just there. She kind of like, who is on Steam right now? Oh, Duco is playing Dead by Daylight.
Oh, well, there goes all your promotions because you mentioned the D word.
Oh my god, no, the D word. But yeah, that really is it. Next up, Cowboy.
F tier.
B tier. Cowboy and B tier because he's a great potential man character when it comes to his harassment, but the issue that I have with his harassment is that one, doesn't actually rescue the survivor. That's number one. All it does is just keep them with higher struggle. And if you're not in a good area or position for the Cowboy, which if you're in rank, you're not synergizing that because you're not going to be with the Cowboy unless you are, obviously in comms with Cowboy, then sure, different shit. But for the most part, Cowboy's already a character that needs lots of time and effort to actually be semi-useful.
Damn, I miss old Cowboy.
I also miss old Cowboy.
Old Cowboy was fucking in cancer team.
Old Cowboy was so good though, man. Like, it was.
He was so good.
He was amazing. So yeah, no, it's like that really is it. Like, not to mention he only has up to only 3 uses of harassment, where at least forward can have, technically speaking, like 6 or some shit, like 5 to 6 if it's like really small stuns. Like, it's just Cowboy, like he's all right, like if you haven't mastered, but how many of us are really gonna like take the time to get like 50 hours in to like really get Cowboy down to like an art form?
Cowboy, I got you.
Yeah. Forward maximum stun is 10. Cowboy maximum is 5. Yeah. Oh damn. Next up we have female dancer, who I put A tier. Very solid character. Very, very solid.
She's A+.
A plus?
Whoa.
What
A
the
plus is
fuck?
crazy.
Yeah.
I think her only bad matchups is like fucking what, Knight and
Why isn't
maybe-
George an S tier?
Shut up. Anyways, I put Dancer in A. I put Dancer in A. Dancer is a very solid and consistent pick with her boxes. I don't know what's with the spike in Dancer's using fast boxes for whatever reason. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of like hindering my view of her. TBH. Like,
bro, come on. Arms Factory.
Arms.
Like every single map you can put boxes anywhere.
Okay, well, I mean, we're gonna go with that then. It's like her best maps are what? Arms. You can put Arms, Church, Eversleeping,
Sacred.
Sacred.
Leo's is pretty good for her, bro. Put them shits in Shack or in those 2 trashy ass palettes, and they become good palettes.
Yeah, I suppose.
Dancer's so good, dude.
I think
she
my
has
only
no
thing.
bad
I mean, wouldn't just her bad
other
matchups
than like
be?
Nayad.
I mean, yeah, her bad matchups would be Wax
Nayad,
Artist because
maybe
he just
BQ.
see, not maybe BQ. BQ just steps out the box and mirrors.
Maybe Spider, but not really.
No, but then she has twirl for that if BQ does that. She sets up mirror, you twirl, and then you get out the mirror. Yeah.
She can. It's not really like hiding 100.
Yeah,
moves,
no,
it's just,
actually,
like,
nah. She belongs up here. Nah, she's an A+.
Yeah.
She belongs up there. She wins a lot of her 50-50 matchups. She wins them more often than not. I think I would put her at the bottom though of A+ tier. I would put her definitely at the bottom, but a lot of her 50-50 matchups, she wins them more often than not.
You know how to play her correctly.
Oh yeah.
Well, obviously, you're assuming that this tier list is with someone who's intelligent and not
Like
half
not
the people on the
Right,
floor.
so that excludes people like Zeus IDV.
All right.
Damn.
Shut up.
Next up we got Seer, and yeah. Because this is
A.
ranked. Because this is ranked, I still put him in. I put him at the bottom
Or
of
S?
No, I put him in S because it's ranked specifically. If this is tourney, he's not S. If this is tourney, he's not S. But because it's ranked, he's S. Owl support is still really good, even if it doesn't last as long. It's the same thing as lawyer, but better.
Really gave him a taste.
early game rotation, except it can also give it a hit. The decoding debuff is like it sucks, but like whatever. You're only gonna if you're using support in rank, like supports you're in rank, you're only getting the one owl 9 times out of 10 anyway.
He has a decoding debuff?
Yes. And it's like like I'm gonna be so that ass. Like I feel like the decoding debuff would make me want to put him in A plus, low key. But
Does it
like,
also have a vaulting debuff?
yeah,
every
that's
time, like,
that
he
that
uses
every
owl?
Yeah, it
time he
doesn't
uses
really do
owl.
much.
That's why.
If you use one owl, if you get 3 owls in a game, you're already kiting like 90 seconds, so it'll literally
Yeah,
negligible.
yeah.
Oh, if you're a kiter like me, you get 5 owls. But
All
we
right,
don't talk.
Toxic.
Toxic,
Thank
stop
you.
glazing
Thank you,
yourself,
Toxic.
bro.
I
Thank
have
you.
a match from rank where I kited for like 6 owls.
That's
And the
great.
hunter rank is Manticore
And
5.
and he surrendered. He surrendered.
Well, maybe Persica.
So yeah, I like as much as I want to like dog, like believe me, you guys have heard it from me. A lot of you, if you've known me for a while, you've known that I've been on the anti-Seer S tier agenda for a long time. But now, since this is again rank specific, not tournament, when you're not going up against where are they? When you're not going up against Bastard 1, 2, and 3 all the time in ranked, it makes life a lot easier, you know? And his only real bad matchups are like chip hunters or like shit like fucking Wheel and Wax Artist, who I want to fucking kill, but that's besides the point. Yeah.
He wants to kill you too. Oh my.
Oh, Zeus said he wants to kill a character in game, so you get. I'll see you in TikTok tomorrow, Zeus. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a clip for that. That's gonna put on there, but I don't
I
give
don't
a
freaking care. I'll say it. Kill
Hey,
Reese's fucking right now. Kill it now.
let's not go
Twitter
on the
is gonna
rants.
have their way with you, bro.
Anyways, Embalmer. I
Why you say it like that?
put Embalmer in A tier, solid A tier character.
A plot.
A plus, no. A plus is when you're doing coffin plays and shit, and you don't have the synergy for that. Not without 4-man VC.
Bro, I was like 2 sessions ago. I was playing with like this second
Nah,
Embalmer on this
without
third, but
4-man
that
VC.
shit is actually so clutch.
Yeah, I know. That's why Embalmer, I put him in A tier because Embalmer, selfish kite character. He takes away the ability of the hunter to camp and promote Cypher Rush in ways that is amazing. It's ethereal. I love it because when someone dies and then the hunter tries to just chair on my Cypher and the Embalmer says, and then goes back to his coffin and I can just keep decoding, it's great. It's a great feeling. I love it. I love it a lot. I really do.
Yeah, especially when the Embalmer knows how to kite.
Exactly.
60-second plus kite plus coffin. That's a free win.
Not to mention Embalmer is one of those few characters where unironically you can run Sui Kite and it won't actually punish the team that hard. Like it really won't punish the team that hard. So it's a really good.
Okay. Do not put Little Girl and Embalmer on Big Map on the same level. Kill Little Girl.
Yeah,
She's not as good as she.
Anyways,
Oh.
Prospector in A plus tier. I don't really think that needs to be discussed often. He can still harass. He decodes really fast. The healing buff that he has is great. The thing that I have him, which is a buff forward and Cowboy specifically, is that 1, he has infinite items, and 2, he has ranged harassment, which is really good when you get you know, like characters like that. You get you know, like
He gets touched by EQ.
it works out.
Why do you sound like a villager from Minecraft?
Because I'm tired. Because I'm
Why do you
tired.
sound like you're about to like?
I'm tired of these hunters. But yeah, so Prospector, solid A plus tier character. I don't think that really needs to be gone that into depth.
F tier character, bro.
Enchantress. I'm sorry, man. Enchantress
B
down
tier.
here. Nah. A minus. A minus. Enchantress A minus because one of the worst early games, if not the worst early game to ever touch this game at all, like in general. But in return, she's like a soft coordinator, which after chair, she has rebound potential guaranteed, which is respectable, you know. So it's a give and take with Enchantress. Like Enchantress is a worse coordinator, which I can to a certain extent
Yeah, and
respect.
she's good against Trust.
Yeah, she's good against Clown. So I can respect it. I genuinely can respect it. Like her like she has guaranteed rebound potential against the hunter. And if the the person playing Enchantress is already a good kiter, then well you actually have like plus there. Like you do have a plus. That's not bad to use.
She is receiving a buff. I don't know what that is though.
I pray that the buff is she starts off with a stack in the beginning of the fucking game.
Should be busted.
Next up, we have a Wildling. Wildling, A+ tier character. Wildling is a great rescuer. He has infinite item, which means he has infinite sustain for these infinite fucking hunters. Tinnitus masking is a pretty decent niche ability that can help in certain situations. The decoding debuff is like, okay, fine, but I think it's okay in return for not being able to practically get scuffed unless the hunter specifically counterpicks you.
You
It's a
can get stuff as well. It's called getting terror shocked.
okay, well then I guess Merc is
It's
fucking
my baby
tier.
can't relate, so whatever.
Unless you get chipped by a sculptor.
Yeah.
It's because it's your bad.
Muro has
present?
horrific matchups. Yeah, but a lot of characters have horrific matchups, but it's like
Every
him and
single
A
character in
plus
this game gets bent over by a hunter. Like,
yeah,
you're not
it's
gonna
not
have it.
it's not gonna there's not gonna be a character that has a perfect matchup, but it's like
He's a
the
solid
fact
harasser too.
yeah, there's also that. I wouldn't me personally, I don't really use him for the harassment. I just use him for the fact because you don't need to worry about healing a wildling, which means that you don't need to worry about not decoding. He's a forward with less risk and an infinite item, which is fine, which I can take. I will gladly take that. Because that means if the wildling is at half health, the hunter goes near him while he's doing some other fuck shit. The wildling just gets on board, and then the hunter has to spend another 30 seconds like looking for someone else. So I respect what wildling can do. I do.
Do I season the scaled side of a salmon when I'm gonna cook it?
Acrobat. I'm really thinking about this now, especially. But I think I still would put Acro in S.
I still
Acrobat,
think that's
Acrobat is just like he falls in the coordinator like magician
See?
lineup. He falls in the coordinator magician lineup. He can just universally kite. Like
transgender
you
Acrobat.
universally kite everything. He has broken ass spots. Moonlit fourth stop. Like where would Acro be if not S?
Like A, like A+, at least.
Acrobat was C tier before his fucking buff, bro.
Real.
But yeah, no, Acrobat just very great, very consistent character. Love him. Next up, we have Officer. In rank specifically, I have Officer in A+ tier.
Disciple,
I
class artist.
very
Blinky.
two very very common hunters, and also now with the spike of clown.
Dare I say Night Watch too?
Yeah, dare I say Night Watch. Like he's a very good rescuer, but because of the fact that like there's just now an abundance of hunters that like even Feaster can handle a fucking officer, man.
Bro,
Dream
fucking
Witch,
Wu-Tang, too.
Dream Witch, like you know,
What
like
about a person?
all right, bro. Yeah. So it's like officer, like as much as I would like to put officer, you guys have heard me put officer in S tier so many times, but now with the way rank is, man, no, like I can't. Like there's too many
The
characters
difference
that deal with
between
him.
Merc and Officer with Clown specifically, because everyone says Merc gets touched by Clown, is that like it's just the passives, dude. It's just the passive.
It's a passive,
Steel
not an
Will's the most
ability.
broken passive in this fucking game,
Yeah.
and most clowns don't bring detention. It's like a situation where where those stupid clowns like to play Dead by Daylight, and then they just like slug everyone, and then everyone's injured and no one can rescue.
Yeah.
That's where he's better.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Disciple.
Next up, we have Barmaid, who honestly with the
A+.
current state of tier, yeah, I put her in A+ tier. I put her in A+
The
tier.
only thing that gets countered, that she gets countered by, is Blink and Night Watch and Fool's Gold.
And
To
Alpha
an
Singer.
extent, if you're transitioning.
I put
Who cares about her anyway?
yeah, I put her in A+ tier.
Put the bot out, but has the biggest head in game,
Yeah.
bro.
Why are you
Yeah,
judging?
listen, man.
Because
But yeah,
it looks weird. The bot.
but yeah, I
I
have
mean,
I have Barmaid A plus tier.
fuck
A
myself.
plus, like I wouldn't say she's a worse psych. I would just say she's a psych with higher potential because she can heal twice.
Smaller map, she's better than Psychologist in my
Yeah,
humble opinion.
yeah,
Bigger map, Psych is probably better for Wi-Fi
yeah.
heal.
So why is Perf an A minus, but Gardener and Barmaid an A plus? Because Perf has her ability countered by doing this.
You can. It depends, and a lot
That
of hunters
that
also thrive off of presence. That it's also presence.
that's it.
The thing with Gardener and Barmaid is they don't feed presence like it's nothing. Like they feed presence, but like
You gotta
you,
work for that shit.
if you're letting a Gardener get 4 bubbles off, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah, that's on you.
Versus Perfumer, who needs 3 perfumes to do a 60-second kite if the hunter's competent or is playing a really good hunter.
Not to mention that Barmaid can also heal her teammates with her bottle, and she has 2 bottles, so that means early game wise she can be selfish with a bottle and use one for herself, and if she wants she has a second one for end game, which can help when you have characters like Mercenary, you have Acrobat for example, you have Officer even, you know? Wildling for example, that's 20 seconds they get healed, and that's time that you don't lose decoding. But like Wendy, well, yeah, practically. But we'll get to Wendy later. Postman, I put Postman A minus tier character. A minus tier.
Wendy's better Barmaid, that's debatable.
No, she's
I
not.
also make that debatable, I'm not gonna lie.
Like the hunter
That's
can see the
very
heal and it
debatable.
takes longer.
Once again, we'll
Yeah.
get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Anyways, Postman in A minus tier. Postman just now after his buff, he can actually protect himself. He can animation cancel abilities and whatnot, which is really good. The support is fine overall, like the decoding, the broken windows, the rescue support, it's fine. It's just really the stun that he has now, because now there is some level of fear to going against a Postman. Like if you see a Postman and he's coming in, like you do need to respect the Postman. But it's like it's not that hard to chase him, to be honest, because of his cooldowns. So I have Postman as well, A minus tier after his buff. Like he's good. GraveKeeper, GraveKeeper A plus tier after buff.
A plus.
He's that like people keep wondering
I think
what.
he's better than Gardener, bro.
Well, it's not ordered yet, man. It's not ordered.
Hurry up.
We'll order it later or some shit. Or maybe I'll order it off stream and then just upload this to like thing. But yeah, GraveKeeper A plus tier. GraveKeeper is a very solid character. He literally can't lose his fucking ability now. It's actually just impossible for him to lose his ability, which is batshit crazy. The pushback on the hunter, the 50% buff, like it's amazing. Like he's a very solid rescue. The only thing that kills him is really his cooldowns and like fast-paced hunters, which is why I can't put him like in S tier, but still, like he's still very good. You know, he counters stun hunters, for example, like fuck you hunters like Wax Artists, or you know, and like he tells them to like go somewhere else with their fucking lives. They want Grave S tier. The only way they make Grave S tier is if they give him journalist level cooldowns. That's literally it. Like that's the only way they make
3
Grave S tier.
shovels.
3, yeah, 3rd shovel and journalist level cooldowns. Like that's
Yo.
it. That's the only way they make Grave S tier.
3 shovels is crazy, bro.
3 shovels would be crazy because he gets 2 uses of each. Like it's insane.
Not even 2. If you know like how to properly use the shovel, you could use the same shovel like 3 times.
Like,
Yeah, 3 times.
GraveKeeper is such a strong character, man. Such a strong character. They've been buffing him since release, bro. Since release.
Thank God.
They love GraveKeeper, man. They love him. Next up, we got Prisoner. Prisoner, solid A tier character. Prisoner, I have him in A tier. He has same levels of Cypher Rush, except he actually has kite potential, unlike little old small man, you know? Shock is something that you can use to kite, and, you know, it can buy time for a palace stun, not to mention the shock does recharge over time, which means by definition he has an infinite kite, which means that off chair, he technically has rebound potential at a more consistent rate than other characters. Prisoner in A+. Whoa. Like prisoner A plus is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't put prisoner that much.
That's that's too steep.
I wouldn't put him that much.
That's straight glazing, bro.
Hold on.
No,
all right,
I-
all right.
My
Micro,
opinion is A
cook it.
plus.
Micro, cook. Let me hear this. Let me hear this. Cook, Micro, cook. Dun, dun,
I
dun,
say
dun.
full on A plus for prisoner. But that's just me.
Why?
Dude, the coding alone is so good.
If anything, just put him at the top of A. What for when it's ordered.
But what is he providing that lawyer isn't already, along with like rotational value?
Yeah, he can work as a solo to code
He-
and low key faster, and plus he has
He
more.
can
to
finish
code.
a cipher across the map, as well as boosting your rescuer cipher. Like if he
Prisoner
doesn't
will
get chased,
always give more pressure than a lawyer will.
yeah.
Mm,
Especially if he doesn't get first chase, then it's
Like
so
you
free.
have to respect a prisoner more than you respect a lawyer.
bottom of
I
A plus
agree,
when we have
actually.
hunters who block ciphers and stall infinitely and wax peddler IV you name it, he can provide cipher progress with no doubt. Yeah, but if the hunter's already pressuring said cipher, doesn't that mean that they're just gonna be breaking the connection every time?
Yeah, but that forces them. It wastes time. It forces them to go back and break that shit.
It's a respect thing. It's literally a respect thing. You have to respect him.
Like
or
you
you're getting
can't
robbed.
leave the connection up. You have to go to break it.
Mm. I see.
As a rank character, he's so good. Starting to ban him.
They just have been banning him, bro. It was just back
Exactly,
then.
but
If you
more
want
than
your banned
recently.
prisoner,
More
No,
than
I've gotten
recently.
nah. For me, I've gotten way more prisoner bans like in the past. Maybe that's because that was when Hermit was at his prime, and the prisoner ban was like auto Hermit. But I've always seen prisoner bans. Maybe you
That's
guys are just
true.
getting weirdo hunters.
I mean, I rarely ever see prisoner bans. That's why.
Yeah, because niggas want to ban fucking Archer Meteorologist.
Because the media told them to. Media said ban Archer Meteor. We ban Archer Meteor.
Archer's getting nerfed too, by the way.
Don't forget the night bans.
Ban Knight, guys. Ban Knight. Give me more merc points.
Yeah, ban Knight. Don't ban the guy that can eat a
They didn't
terror
work the
shock and still
Archer
get the rest
meteor
of it.
night bans, bro.
Prisoner in A plus for Wildling in A. No, I'm keeping Wildling in A plus. I think I can understand the argument for Prisoner in A plus. I think, oh my fucking god, these niggas just keep fucking calling me for bullshit. Damn.
Is
That's
these niggas in
It's-
reference to your family again? Or?
No, it's randoms. It's randoms.
Oh,
It's not my family.
I was
It's
That's
randoms.
that one
scammers.
time.
Yeah. I think out of respect, because I'm kind of drawing a hard line, I think I'd have him at the top of A then. The tippity top of A.
Oh my god, this guy.
The tippity
Nigga.
top of A. It's just the randoms that make
I'm
him
gonna give
bad.
you my tippity top,
Yeah,
bro.
but
Put
if
the
you're in
nigga
if you're in,
fucking-
if you're in duo queue, then you got to deal with the randoms, you know? Like, so.
Oh my god, bro. That's like such a shitty argument because you might get good players, you know. You might get that one in a trillion match where your teammates aren't running Sui Knight.
Okay, well, sadly, that's not the reality that we live in. So, I hate to tell
That's
you.
not the reality that we live in. Side bro.
Anyways, next up, Ento. I have Ento A tier after buff.
S tier.
Shut your bitch ass up. Anyways, Ento in A tier post buff because the cooldown reduction is nice, and a certain hunter that's been spiking in the fucking meta and in my rank games, she does really well against. So
Clown.
yeah. Certain bitch made ass hunter that I fucking despise that is going crazy. Anyways, so I'll just redo the section. Woo, yeah, Ento A tier. She does very good. That's about it, yeah. Okay. Painter A tier.
A tier.
I have Painter A tier for rank. Solid pick. If you have a working brain, he can work well. He can do funny shit with painting to force rescues, which you gotta respect. Hunter sometimes even like bring excitement for Painter. So, if he's forcing out, certain traits or whatnot for something, it's respectable. Next we have Batter. Yeah, buddy. Sorry.
Um,
Yeah, I really hate to tell you. Down there.
B tier. He gets touched by everybody, bro. That nerf really fucking killed him, dude.
Yeah. Batter is
Not
C
being
tier.
able to
C
cancel
tier.
rage.
Wow. C tier. Wow. Okay, that's harsh. C
That's
tier.
ridiculous. I don't think C tier. There's still his niches. He works against people who, you can play Batter and the Hunter for whatever reason decides to play Clerk because they're one trick. He works
Yeah.
against Clown.
He can work against Clown. Yeah. If you're in a narrow alleyway and the Clown has nowhere to move.
He can touch Night Watch maybe.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Bro could just hug the wall for 2 seconds and then the batter
Force
misses.
him out of wind. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Force him out.
Yeah, it forces him out of dash. The harassment against hunters, maybe like just that Windows, like it's just damn, like he just really doesn't have any fucking pros. But it's like the not canceling rage shit.
Basically, if it's a Clerk, then he's really good. That's all I have to say.
It's a fucking clear. If you're lucky with Batter and you get a hunter that like is weak to harassment, then like sure, you know.
Oh, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah,
Best hunter in the
Joseph.
game, Joseph.
Bro, when he released, he was like,
No. Joseph counters Batter too.
Oh right, because you
Trust the
just take a photo.
card
and
trick
then,
back.
Yeah, that is true. You just chase him card trick back, and that's it.
Batter
Well-
actually can't harass a Joseph at full presence. At full presence. Let me preface.
Well, if he's not at full presence when you're harassing him, then there might be a problem.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if you're a good Joseph, most good Josephs are at full presence by fucking 5 ciphers. So
that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Batter, man. Poor Batter. He has like literally no redeeming qualities for the most part.
That's kind of sad. Hey, his rage gives him a bunch of
But like that's really it. No C tier. If I had to put him, like I don't think I could put him in C tier. I'd just put him at the bottom of B. TBH.
Because in ranking you will get one trick hunters,
Look,
and that's
you-
especially in
there's a-
high tier, you will get that one fucking hunter that just plays Clerk every single fucking match, and then you get
Yeah.
desperate and you play harassing character.
Yeah.
Basically it.
Next up we have Merchant. Merchant I put her in A tier, especially after buff.
I think especially after buff, I think she's solid.
Like the only real map that she's weak on is Arms Factory.
Arms.
And that's about
Even on
it.
church, she can be really
She
good.
can be useful, yeah. Getting into church, getting out of church, like getting to God Kite, for example.
Using church as a
Yeah.
transition, she can catapult both windows, which is shack and graveyard for free if the hunter's not opera singer.
You know, I put Merchant a definitely solid A tier character. Like no question there. Next up we have Patient. I have Patient in A+ tier for rank specifically.
I agree.
Because Patient in rank, again, when you're not facing, the three of the 4 bastards of the game, we
All
already
the
know.
hunters that touch him are banned.
Yeah,
So-
we already know that he can kite an opera, he can kite a night watch, like his ability to just flow over any object or wall, like it's good. It says fuck you to a lot of the hunter abilities that are kiting. And guess what a lot of hunters are nowadays? Kite-based hunters. Not to mention saying fuck you to terrain allows him to kite hunters like wax artists who, you want to constantly, go behind walls and break line of sight. He's a very consistent option. He works well. Wendy and Arrow literally exist. They act like 2 legends cannot coexist. Like it's not a dick measuring contest.
I wish though.
Shut up.
But like, yeah, I don't know why people
Uh.
say shit that like, what's the character Aeroplanist is getting compared to all the time? Patient. Yeah, Patient.
Yeah.
I don't get why people love to compare them. Like, isn't it better that you have two
Two
characters that can
options.
perform similarly? Like,
Wendy and Arrow just do his job better and do more. Yeah, but if you don't play either, then you can just still play Patient and still get the same result.
yeah, especially if you're really
Like-
good at Patient.
like the
Patient has a
skill-
lot of shit that fucking what's her face?
Messes with hunters and shit.
Yeah, on Leo's memory, bro. That hook in
Inside
Factory.
Factory, where you think like they all have a similar, if not the exact same skill floor.
Purpose.
They all have the same skill floor, practically. Like they're
And
all
not to
level.
mention they're like
It's just
completely
their
different
ceiling.
characters, bro.
It's just their ceilings are smaller and or bigger compared to others, which is fine. You know, I would expect the character that came out earlier to be worse than the one that came out later, you know? It's called, you know, power
Patient,
creep, man. Power creep. Like,
yeah. Patient, Arrow, and Meteorologist, all of them serve like completely different purposes. Like
next up,
the only one,
yeah. Oh no, continue, yeah.
Patient Arrow. After Arrow nerf, I was actually really sad. I was so sad.
Yeah.
They were gonna give him 3 hovers, weren't they?
They were gonna give him infinite hover. They were gonna give him infinite hover.
Oh my god, dude, I wish they did that.
But it was gonna be like blink cooldown. Every 150 seconds you get a hover.
I mean, who give a fuck?
Yeah. Next up we got Psychologist. Psychologist A+
A.
tier. Nah.
That's like it's like really.
It's a
in
really fun
rank,
it's a really fine line for rank because it's like she kind of gets now that
bottom
every
of A+.
hunter like literal bottom of A+, but like the healing on Big Macs, like you gotta respect it. Like
It's respected, but
you gotta respect the healing on Big Maps. You
her
got to.
overall utility is just tank and heal. Her end game is complete shit. The thing that differentiates her between Barmaid is that Barmaid can pick up an item. That's it.
Yeah, that's practically it. Lack of endgame and the fact that like she can technically still be an easy chaseable target for any hunter. Because all she is a raw kiter. Her item she can't even use to defend herself. She's better than Barmaid, she's a guaranteed 3-hit. Nah.
Guaranteed 3-hit, but like the time span between you taking those hits can be really short.
Yeah, Barmaid has at least one item in her kit that can be used to defend herself, being the speed bottle. If Barmaid takes an early hit and then she pops her Doblin, to buy out those 20 seconds, she's not on her own because she has a speed bottle that can function as a free broken windows or a flywheel.
It's not only about their kiting ability. Like obviously you could argue, yeah, Psych might be a better like early game chase than Barmaid, but if you're in the mid game, your Psychologist is injured and your Barmaid is injured, at least one of them can fucking heal themselves and relieve some of the pressure that's on the team, or pick up an item for endgame and actually, you know,
shit already
kite the 20 seconds.
Damn, it's already been a fucking hour. Holy shit.
Yes, because we're fucking dorks and we talk about stupid characters.
Yes. Yes, we do.
I was talking about dorks. Put on your glasses.
We are dorks.
I'm wearing my glasses right now. Thank you for asking.
We are dorks, I'm not gonna lie.
Dorks?
Yes, we are dorks. I cannot cap.
Especially me and Zeus, we're autistic as fuck.
Oh my god, I'm learning so much.
So yeah, Psych, like I can respect what she has, but it's just she can be an easy chase at times. Like I get, but guys, I grinded to I tried grinding to S-Patch Psych, and all I was getting.
We had to tell Zeus to get off Psych like 400 times because
she
every time he
nothing.
got first kite, it's just like it's impossible to kite these hunters. It would be an opera singer. What are you supposed to do? Take 3 hits in 60 seconds? Like,
you just
not
get
even
constant.
60.
You get constant fuck you hunters that just like you can't work with anymore. It was nice to watch, of course. Next up we have Novelist. Novelist, I also put in A tier. It's
I would think A+. I'm gonna argue A+.
No.
I can't put him in A+ after his nerfs.
Like maybe he got nerfed. What the fuck was his nerf?
The whatchamacallit, the speed boost he gets, the length of it. Or like the duration of the stun or some shit.
I think maybe near top of A+. Not A+.
Of A?
A. He can kite a lot of these hunters. He can kite an opera. He can kite a wax. He can kite a clown.
It was the length. It was the length of the swap stun on the hunter. Yeah, that's what I. Like it does. It's noticeable. Like it hurts. It really does. It does hurt. He lost consistency with the nerf, but it was the most valid nerf. I guess I would have preferred for him to be just the way he was, but eh. How would you rank old Novelist with when he switched the screens? I wouldn't rank him because he wasn't tourney viable or legal, so that's about that. I
bring back where the Novelist can kite for you.
Yeah. That would be actually crazy. This ain't tourney though. That's fair. That's fair. They almost gave him buff decoding speed. I wish, but yeah, that's also that. He has that 10% decode debuff when the cipher reaches 50% or higher, which does hurt him. Duh. But he's now after nerf. I just keep him in A. I think A is pretty suitable for him. What?
Does it really hurt him if there's 3 separate tiers of accelerated decoding, plus there's 2 persona traits in the tree too?
Bro, we're
Brother.
talking about the first cipher that
Yeah.
he's doing. There's no accelerated on the first cipher.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, little girl.
B.
Yeah, she's the epitome of a mid character that can just do things if good, like, you know.
Absolutely slaughtered on release.
Yeah. She's not a bad pick, but like she can do shit.
But stop lying. She's a freaking terrible pick compared to what we have.
No, and her support, you gotta respect her support. Yeah, her support is why I'm not putting her in C tier.
I guess.
Her support is why I'm not putting her in C. She's not in A.
Yeah, but like that's like the only saving grace.
Yeah.
When she released,
She was
holy,
busted as fuck.
100% win rate survivors everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, and I guess the argument is like, oh, the teleport. I guess the argument is like, oh, you know, oh, but the teleport is nice and all, but it's like, you can't do that shit in Heartbeat. And if the hunter's already planning on chasing the little girl, you know, unless you unless you spawn on the opposite end of the map, you're not gonna be able to like you're not gonna get any value out of the TP. And even if you do get value off the TP because the hunter spawned on the other side of the map, why would you teleport? You have no purpose in teleporting.
Right.
Like there's no purpose in doing
Percy.
it. Yeah, I
Percy's
guess Percy.
biggest
I
counter.
guess Percy.
The best hunter in the game, Percy.
Percy is her biggest counter.
Best hunter Percy, man. Following Weeping Clown, I have Weeping Clown in A+ tier. Solid pick.
I agree.
Rescues, can kite. His decode debuff is sure, but A+ tier. He can still do a lot of things well.
How much is it? Is it like what, 20%?
I thought it was.
10%?
I think they increased it. Yeah, it used to be 15, and then they increased it to 20. I'm pretty sure. He's solid as soon as Goatman out of the picture. Oh, it's 15. Oh no, it used to be 10, and then it was 15, right? It used to be 10, and then it was 15.
No clue, honestly.
Yeah.
If that's what they're saying, then it probably is.
Yeah. So yeah, I put Weeping Clown A+ tier. That's that. Can do it all character.
This guy's a decoding debuff? I didn't even know.
Yeah, bro.
He's a rescuer.
Next up, we got Professor. Professor, I put him in solid A tier. Professor in ranked is kind of risky because obviously
way too risky. He gets touched by BQ, gets touched by fucking what's his face.
Yes.
Wax artist is smart.
Yes, but on the other hand, he still has the immunity to CC every 45, which just functions as a free
Gets touched by
flywheel.
Clown as well.
I mean, a lot of characters in A tier get touched by Clown, bro.
Gets cooked by Wax.
No, he
Percy
doesn't.
Dash. Percy Dash.
It's all about timing, too risky. Yeah, but against what he can do in matchup when you're going up against a lot of these abilities, like it can still work. That's why I have him on the lower end of like where I would put him. Like if I had to put him in A, like he would definitely be near the bottom. He would be at the bottom, but like he's nowhere at the top of A because of how much risk. But like I still respect the fact that he has the ability to get out of those matchups. You know, not to mention the free chip shield is nice, like as well.
If the hunter is playing a chip character and chases the professor, they need to reevaluate what they're doing.
He's good against Goatman.
Yo, bro. Next up, we have Antiquarian, which I don't think this needs to be discussed. It's S tier. It's Anti-fucking-quarian, man. Like,
No. A+ tier. A+ tier.
Shut up. Anyways, Anti S tier. Anti is a very good character. Anti just like, you know, like what you gonna do? Her only negative is the gate opening shit, and guess where the other character with a gate opening debuff is?
Acrobat.
Yeah.
Bro, she's A+ tier. You know why?
We
Because
have
Percy exists, obviously.
yeah.
Percy exists, bro.
Next up, we have Composer. I have Composer. I have Composer also in A, but in the lower end of A. Composer can kite, but it's just his decoding is just a tad slower than normal when it comes to it. I just respect his ability to kite with all things
I think
considered.
his decoding is fine. I just think that overall, as a character, if he's not decoding, what's he doing?
Yeah. It's
Like
kinda
Lawyer, if he's not
there.
decoding, he's feeding info. If Prisoner's not decoding, at least there's a connection on the map.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Explorer's not decoding well. You know why he's not decoding.
I think I just have Composer because of the ability to kite that he has. That's really it. Because the speed boost is nice. It is a nice speed boost. And a lot of hunters that you can use it against for transitioning, it's good.
Oh yeah, no one's denying that.
That's why me personally, I have him in A. Just because of that. He's the same level of Explorer. I disagree with that because at least Composer has a way to defend himself if the hunter gets near him.
No, bro, Explorer has a thing where if you stand still for like 5 seconds, you get a speed bump.
Yeah. Genuinely, he serves zero purpose. Mindseye has a bigger purpose. Now we're just straight lying. No,
I'm gonna put you on my block list. What?
Now we're just straight lying. Like
we're talking about. No.
We're going crazy. I don't know.
You must be smoking that crazy stuff.
Again, me personally, I just respect his ability to be able to kite and defend himself if he's not decoding. Which is something I personally respect. That's just where I hold like what I value to a certain degree. Like well, you could put him in A- tier, that's fine. But like for me personally, I would have him in A. I think I have him much better as, potential to kite versus just dies in 2 seconds if he gets found, So for me, that's
once again, not everything in this game is consistent. You will get found as Explorer sometimes if the hunter just like blindly swings at him. Grass patcher.
Yeah. Next up we have Journalist. I regretfully need to put Journalist in A+ tier.
Really?
I put Journalist. Yes, I put her in A+ tier. Regretfully so. I put Journalist in A+ tier because if the Journalist is fucking good, she's good, man. Like she's good.
I actually see the vision.
Not to mention, a certain guy.
The ability to force camp to camp God Palace like without being there. I think that's really good.
Yeah, if you put her in a good area where she's kiting. Not to mention the rescue clone is always good because basement rescuing, etc. So, as much as I give shit to Journalist, I respect her ability and what she can do in her utility. So, Journalist.
I think it's lower A+ though.
Oh yeah, no, 100% lower A+, but she's still A+.
What she has, her issue is no mobility at all.
Exactly, unless the hunter hits the clone, which is the problem. Other than that, like she kind of has nothing.
Do I become a Journalist, man?
No.
Fuck no.
Next up we have Aeroplanist. Fly, hover, good character, can rescue, has that 2% decode buff, man. That 2% matters.
Yeah, for me, so I decode at -23 instead of -25.
Right, that 2% matters, man. Like, it does. It really does. But he can kite universally well, like the decoding. He can rescue as well. The ability when the hunter sets up camp to just go in the air and go over the hunter and deny them a hit. Especially if the hunter's cutting you off, it's so good. Because it doesn't matter if the hunter's cutting off an Aeroplanist, because when they get near, he just air jetpack and then gets to the chair.
Small buffs matter.
Yeah. Jack of all trades character, exactly. And I love that.
I don't think Jack of all trades.
I mean, what is he not doing? He can kite, he can rescue, he can decode. Like,
can he assist?
Okay, well, shit. All right. Well, then 3 trades of 4. Like, I don't fucking know. Like,
actually, wait. He can assist with his hover.
3 trades of 4.
But like, Would
In
you
what
really?
ranking order do you have?
Would you really waste a hover for
Yeah.
this pushback thing? That
I don't know. Ask Zeus, bro.
That's a devil question, not a mean question.
If it's at the end of the match, yes.
Thank you, devil.
No, I meant that in a shady way, like when we would force you to play Aeroplanist and you would hover in front of the hunter and just die.
Oh, it was funny. Next up we have Cheerleader, A- tier character.
Okay.
tip
Cheerleader-
top, though. Tip top.
Yeah, definitely tip top of A-
She's
tier.
busted as fucking rank.
I would not say busted. Busted is a stretch.
Well, not busted in that way. I just think that she's so versatile. It's like.
Oh
makes a
yeah,
lot of
no,
these
she
characters that are
yeah,
really good way
no.
better.
Oh yeah, no, 100. She's a character you put to complement the composition, like, i.e. Aeroplanist, i.e. Acrobat, i.e. Journalist, even if she really fucking needs it, because she for whatever reason can't survive for 6 seconds by herself, i.e. First Officer. Like, she makes these characters better. Professor, Composer,
Wait a second.
Entomologist.
She can refresh the cooldown of batter.
Of what?
Batter, so he doesn't have to use reach.
I mean, I guess, but it's still anti-harassment anyway, so it doesn't change anything.
No, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get it.
Yo,
Do
Yuji,
you?
be quiet.
Mhm.
Anyway, Cheerleader, I have her in A- tier just because her kiting is not the greatest. Contrary to popular belief, speeding up just to slow yourself down is not that really good of a fucking kiting ability. I really hate to tell you.
In my
forced-
humble opinion,
Yeah.
Cheerleader is basically forced onto Flywheel. In my humble opinion,
Yeah.
unless you like, it's very specific. Like you know, it's gonna be an Anna
she-
opera.
Yeah, she's practically forced on Flywheel. Like, that's it. Other than that, like, she's not doing anything. Why
If
is
you put
that-
her on broken windows and then pom whenever you vault something, you get sent across the map, bro.
That's great. You get sent across the map and then you're slowed down for 4 seconds and the hunter catches
It
up.
doesn't matter. You still have a lead on the hunter.
I mean,
You still make it to a good pallet area.
I could have a lead on the hunter with Fire Investigator with no repercussion. So, like, I don't get slowed down. I just get to keep on moving,
It's the same
Oh, no.
distance higher, but the only thing is you get slowed down for 4.
which means I
But
lose
that means-
distance, which means I lose overall distance.
You guys are still leading into the same like pallet haven area.
I mean, that's assuming the hunter is not catching
That's just
up.
dependent though.
That's just dependent on the hunter.
on where
Next
you
up,
work to.
we got Puppeteer, who in ranked specifically, I just have him in general A tier. And
Lewis is-
the reason I have Puppeteer in A tier and not S tier when it comes to rank is because it is not a controlled environment, and I think Puppeteer can still be a very good versatile kiter. The healing debuff is like a problem. I'm okay with his decoding. His kiting is fine. I just really hate the fucking rescuing puppet. That 4 seconds is like really fucking annoying because it makes rescuing so predictable for the hunter. Because once you use that puppet while you're in the chair, the hunter is going 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you know, like you get hit with the fucking banhammer. So it makes him really fucking easy to deal with when he's playing rescuer.
Hermit.
Yeah, Hermit exists as well.
Lewis is ready.
Shut up. But yeah, I have Puppeteer. I have Puppeteer in just A tier because I can still respect his ability to kite, like, overall. That's fine. It's kind of like, it's like my similar level with Composer, TBH. I can respect his ability to kite, but if you personally have him in A- or something because it is a bit worse to deal with, I can understand it. We have Fire Investigator, who I put at the top of A+ tier. The only
I
reason
think he's top trash.
the only thing keeping me from S, to be honest, is the fact that his resource. That really is it, to a certain degree. Like, everyone else here, like, you could, like, and I know people are gonna first look at, but Coordinator only has 1 gun, and, you know, she think, well, the gun stunts for 5 seconds, and the gun
And
also
it
can also
change.
change the game, you know.
If Fire could pick up an item after using his ball CBS.
That I agree with. This is Fire if he can pick up items. This is Fire because he can't. Like, that's literally it. So
I don't know why he
because
can't.
so because of that, I have Fire in A+ tier. Like, he can do it all. He really can. He can really do it all. It's just only 2 airbags. He can't pick up items. And it also is dependent. A lot of your kites as Finn are dependent on if the hunter is just going to take the 2 seconds to break your airbag or not. Because if they don't break your airbag, you get to punish them hardcore for it. You get a free loop. But if they're smart and break the airbag, then, well, you're shit out of luck, you know? Oh, the song's already fucking ending. Man, nerds.
An hour, by the way. An hour and a half, by the way.
An hour and a half, by the way. All right. Next up, we have Pharaoh Lady. I have Pharaoh Lady in A- tier. Damn near the very bottom of A- tier.
Whoa.
I have Pharaoh Lady damn near the bottom of A- tier. And I only have her in A- tier because endgame.
Okay, I can get behind that.
She's not a chaseable target endgame if you're not already chasing her. She is not a chaseable target in endgame, and that is something when the hunter can.
Oh, and she can safely do the gate too.
Exactly. Like she's not chaseable. She's not a chaseable target endgame, and when the hunter has full presence and can one shot you, I think that's pretty fucking good. For me, I think that's good. She's chaseable. Yeah, she's chaseable, but that's why I'm saying, like, my selling point for why I have her in A- tier is that she's not an endgame chaseable target if you haven't already chased her already, if you're not already currently chasing her. Because that means if you switch to her, she's guaranteed to kite you for 15 seconds practically, unless she just sucks ass. And it only takes 20 seconds to open up that fucking gate. So she's kiting out 75% of the needed time to open the gate. Guaranteed,
Plus
practically.
Plus his attack recovery.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Plus the attack, the gate's practically open. And I think genuinely, that is something to be respected. That is something that should be respected. Okay, but like as a whole, she can't do much for the match. That's a genuine problem. I mean, that's fine that she doesn't do much. Like, she's a decoder at the end of the day. She's just meant to decode. Better than Postman? Nah. I wouldn't put her better than Postman. Like, when I order this shit out, like, yeah. But she's definitely not better than Postman. Like, it's fine. I like, it's respectable. Like, I have her A- tier just because of that. Like, I value a lot, like, endgame kite. Like, I do. Because how many matches when you play ranked do you have people where you kite and then they insta die to detention, they're dead on chair, guess fucking what, the gate isn't open, now your win is a draw. And the ability to endgame detention kite is good. It is good. Especially if you're already in a dominant position. You cut the hunter's chances of being able to chase by 25%. You turn a 1 in 4 into a 1 in 3.
Yeah, but Lewis is ready though.
Shut up. Next up, we have Knight.
Hey Zeus, why isn't George S tier?
Shut up. Knight, similar to Journalist. Not S tier though. Knight, I'm sorry, Knight will never be S tier. Knight will never in his day, not until like his helmet becomes reactionary. When his helmet is reactionary, then he can, look up to the greats. But no. Yeah.
I hate that it's not reactionary, bro. That
Yeah.
bothers me so much.
Start of season, it was S. No, still wasn't. He wasn't even S tier on release. He wasn't. I'm sorry. Knight S tier. Knight is the Naiad of survivors, and I say that as in Knight is the character that everyone thinks is S tier, like how low tiers think Naiad is S tier. That's how I see it. He's the embodiment. No, he's not. He's the embodiment of potential. He's the embodiment of potential.
Bro, in the beginning of the season, when Zeus and I would 4-stack with, like, I forgot who we 4-stack with, and I was on my Knight shit, you can ask him, bro. My Knight was so sexy, and it didn't even fucking matter because the hunter just says, I don't care, and just does whatever they want, even if you do, like, your prediction.
Knight was S tier on release. Yeah, I said Knight was S tier on release before I saw his numbers, and then I immediately shot that motherfucker down. Like, kids, I'm objective. I'm sorry, I'm objective. I have journalist up here, and I shit on journalist 24/7. Like, I'm objective here.
Biased tier list, by the way.
Yeah. Totally biased tier list. But yeah, so like, I'm sorry, Knight is never S tiered because one, a lot of fuck you hunters that exist. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. That just say die to his back in his original state. Hunters like Wax Artist where he can't even use his ability. The fact that his ability has a specific range to like utilize for his second prediction. You can just stall him out if you so choose, and his abilities mean fucking nothing. I know people tell me that stalling out is not a valid strategy. It is a valid strategy. It really is. It is. When you are not playing, let's see, when you're not playing Mad Eyes, for example, or Hell Ember, it's a valid strategy. It is. I'm sorry. Like, waiting out is a valid strategy. Wax Artist loses tonight. Do we live on the same planet?
50-50%.
Yo.
Do we
Okay,
live
I
on the
played
same
a lot of
planet?
Knights Wax Artists. Okay, so it depends on the kind of Wax Artist it is. If you ability predict and you're praying that he's gonna like stop spraying and then spraying again, you always have to attack predict because if he stops to swing, then you know. But he can always just hold his skill.
He can
stop
always
doing
just hold his
and hold
skill.
it again.
Exactly.
That's why
And
I
you-
always
this-
double skill.
And even if you do that, it's like, okay, well, there's no point in double skilling because, like,
It works for me. I mean, it depends on the Wax Artist. Like,
it's
when
a
we got, like, that one wax-
66-33. No, it's not. It's a literal 50-50, but the Wax Artist doesn't lose anything from losing the 50-50.
Yeah, you still get wax. It's just
If you double
Wax
attack,
Artist
if you
stun.
double attack predict as a Wax Artist, you get stunned and it buys out the stun. You still get no distance. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you still
You
get
have
no
to do it
distance.
as you drop a pallet, or it doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Which is already situational as it in. Who would choose stalemate while stunned? Literally. Yeah, right.
I always use stalemate after everything because there's the hunters, they love to wait shit up.
Yeah.
So I like to stalemate
No,
after
that's
almost
fine.
every prediction that I do.
That's fine. But no, yeah, I'm sorry.
It
Like, not
usually
S.
works.
Not S. Alright, next
Never,
up.
never.
The final two controversial ones that people are gonna hate me for.
Oh, brother.
Haha, not S tier. Not S tier. No way, Jose. Not S tier. Never has been, never will be. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the person who said that she's a better barmaid. In what universe is Wendy supposed to be barmaid in any way, shape, or form in terms of functionality?
Yeah. Never. She's never been S tier. I'm sorry.
Never ever. She gets touched.
She can get used. She can get abused, and it's just the limitation of her item and the fact. I think my biggest gripe with her is you underestimated Wendy on release though. No. I said Wendy would be a very solid character on release. I said she'd be very good. I said she'd be very good.
I think she's top of A+. The thing that holds her back is the fact that
Epitome of
her
mid.
item usage
In
is
test
so
server
limited.
though. In test server though. In test server. The same way I said Knight was gonna be S tier and then I switched. I switched up on the game. I'm prone, guys. I'm not always right. I'm not always right. Yes, I'm not always right,
Yeah, you
guys.
should hear what he says.
I'm not
fucking
always
VC.
right, guys. I'm not always right. It's okay. I'm human.
Yeah, but when
I'm not
I
al-
say it, you like to say
I'm not
yes, I
always.
am.
I'm not always right. You know,
But listen. It's a biased tier list.
yo, bro. Why is Puppet so low?
He's not always right, except when he's always right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I have a current key. I have above a 90% win rate on being right. So, yeah. Why is Puppet so low? I have Puppet low. Well, for one, this is ranked, not tourney. Two, I have Puppet low because since ranked is not a controlled environment, you can't you can easily get counterpicked as a Puppeteer, specifically in ranked. Not to mention the healing debuff is a nuisance.
And his bad matchups are bad,
Really
like,
bad. Like his bad
really
matchups really
fucking
fucking
bad.
suck. Like it's really
Like,
horrid.
what the fuck are you supposed to do against a
None of
hermit
this-
when your whole ability is killing yourself?
None of this is ordered, by the way. Aqua, none of this is ordered. None of this is ordered yet. I'll get to ordering it, but none of this is ordered. So yeah, he just
This cup is so
yeah,
50-50.
his bad matchups are just bad matchups. Like I hate it. And then finally we have Archer. Now, yeah,
She's getting nerfed because she's getting nerfed because hunters went wham wham.
Ah, she's just A tier. She's just A tier. That's it. She's just A tier. She's all right. She's good. Like, but she's just A tier.
Explain Archer nerfs
In
in
Fortnite
Fortnite
terms, we don't know the we don't know the nerfs yet.
So basically, in Fortnite terms, our Archer in test server was a enhanced pump shotgun, but as of right now, she dropped all the way down to a, I would say, a tactical blue SMG.
Okay.
Huh?
A plus. No, I can't put her in A plus. I'm sorry. I have Archer here because Archer for me is the new gen batter, with the exception of the fact that she has a defense mechanism for when her main ability of support is on cooldown. That's it. That's literally why I have her in A tier. That legitimately, like, she doesn't have a guaranteed like stun anymore with her fucking laceration crossbow bow combo. The bow harassment in itself, with how slow the laceration is, unless you're a speed demon hunter, it's a negligible. You can just stand still and that's it. Like, this is the thing that I don't get when people tell me that Archer is like this godsend of the game. When I see the hunters that they're abusing, that Archer is abusing, right? Like that Archer is like, you know, completely destroying in rank. Like she's harassing and making life a living hell. They don't respect the fucking laceration. Take the second of your life and just let it drop and then keep on going. They'll just try to kite, stop, let it drop a little, then kite again, let it drop a little, and that buys so much more time instead of just taking the second and a half of your life to just let it go to 0 and then keep on chasing. Like, and it's like it's such simple shit. The stun doesn't even last that long, which means for the balloon harassment, even though she's not meant to really be a balloon harasser, she's more of a kite harasser, support kite harasser, you know, like a certain someone. It's like, it doesn't do shit. Like, the 2-second stun, like, if it's not an insta balloon rescue, which is already hard enough to do as is because the heart moves with the hunter, you're not gonna get any value. You just wasted an item and you just fed the hunter presence. Like, laceration builds up too slow. Like, she has her niche for utility and defense, and that's respectable, but it's like, eh. Archer has 0 downsides, so you know that slowdown buff, you know that slowdown debuff that she gets when the hunter goes out of heartbeat radius? Like,
Percy.
No. Percy's, yeah.
She's a great character, yeah, but like,
She's a
you
great...
also have to be good at her. It's like a skill thing too. You put in a lot of effort for
the same payout. Like, she's a character where you need to... She has such a high skill floor and skill ceiling that it requires so much effort to get the payout for her character. And most people is not.
She's a lot better support than she's harass.
Yeah, no, she does.
This is a good thing.
Besides, like, Mary and Phil, who counters her. So there's GameKeeper, because the crossbow doesn't have any iframes on it, which is its whole other thing, which means even if you crossbow, you can still get hit anyway mid-fucking crossbow. So it doesn't matter that I took 50 laceration, because I still got a fucking hit out of you.
I think Geisha too, TBH. If she dashes on you through, like, a small gap or a window, you're getting clipped.
You're getting clipped. Ripper counters her because you can't even lock onto him when he's fucking invisible.
You know, Archer doesn't do well against Hullabaloo. He's so fast, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
She can get clipped by fucking Nightmare, bro.
She's pretty mid in my opinion. Other characters get the same.
That Jord is an S tier.
Oh my fucking god. Just go back to playing Hollow Knight, bro. Go back to playing Hollow Knight. So like I'm sorry, like I can't see how this character can be an A+ tier, much less like what is she doing that all of these characters are not already doing and better? It's not rescuing. Maybe it's supporting, but
Good
even
into
then the
Hullet and
support, it's
Goatman.
like
You
Yo,
are smoking.
you
so
are
good into
smoking
Hullet
and
and
you're
Goatman,
facing
that's
the
crazy.
Hullabaloos.
You're
You're facing
insane.
Goatman and Hullabaloos that are in fucking Sabretooth. Like,
Yeah. Like
Yes,
it,
smoke.
Baby Hunter.
it's not rescuing. It's not kiting. I'm sorry, I can't. You're gonna tell me you put Archer kiting above Weeping Clown, Dancer, Wendy,
The thing
Gardener,
with Patient is
Fire?
that his kiting is so much better than Archer's. The distance is a lot better than, like shooting an arrow at the hunter and forcing them to stay still for like what 2 seconds.
Mm. Yeah. So why
He's
is a
an A
mutant?
plus because the hunters in this game, he can kite most of them. You're gonna ban Ivy, what's his face, Goatman and Hullabaloo.
A patient can do better in kiting than an archer against a hullabaloo.
Let's,
Actually,
let-
Patient
I-
does decently well. Hullabaloo, just saying.
He does because it's a distance gaining
As a
thing.
niche guy who relies on tiles, there's fucking items everywhere on the map. Unless you're a dumbass and you're kiting in Narnia with Patient, I don't think that matters.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, like, she doesn't do much. Like, she doesn't. She's the epitome of a potential man pick, and she's just Batter 2.0. With the sole
She
exception
can kite.
that she has a defense mechanism, being the crossbow, but the defense mechanism doesn't have fucking iframes. So it's not even a defense mechanism, because if you use it too late, for whatever fucking reason, if that does happen, or you get a gamekeeper who hooks you, epitome, oh my god, epitome, epitome, it's the same shit.
Not really.
Definitely not.
I don't think it is.
Oh my god, to me it is. Let me be with my accent and my, my native tongue a little bit, all right?
Shut up, Dominican freak. No one loves
Alright.
him.
Like it's I'm sorry, like it's not good. Like it really isn't.
Lewis is ready to.
A lot of the hunters that Archer can't kite, Patient seems to do very well against. So I'm not sure. Also much better rescuer than her because, hook to chair, Hunter can only terror shock you to stop you.
Like distance is negligible, Archer's kiting is more absolute than what the hook gets you.
What do you
How
mean
is distance is negligible? How is you
The whole
need
thing with
distance to
Archer is that
kite,
you
right?
stun the hunter and get distance from the stun. That's the same shit.
You don't get distance from the stun either because if she has one shorter heartbeat radius, which means if you get out of heartbeat, guess what? You get slowed down. You get slowed down. So that means the hunter has an easier time to catch up with you. Having to be in hitbox range to stun is standard. Yeah, but the thing is that the crossbow isn't a stun. That's the thing. It's not a stun. It's just a bullshit mechanic that you can ignore by standing still for a singular second of your life instead of trying to disrespect it and play around it. Like a lot of these characters that people call S tier, Knight, Journalist, Archer, Wendy, people call them S tier because you don't actively kite. You guys just disregard them like they don't exist, and then when they fuck you over with their abilities that you need to somewhat respect, you get upset and you get caught.
Archer seems better than Cord. I'm not gonna entertain this. I'm not entertaining that claim. Ignoring this outlandish claim.
That's just
That
wrong,
was
I'm
probably
sorry.
the dumbest thing I've heard all night.
Hey, be nice. It's someone's opinion.
Sorry.
Okay.
We're smoking, bro.
On that good shit. On that good pack. How come Journalist in A+ tier? Because ha. And she can still support decently well along with the guaranteed rescue with the rescue form. What's with the archery? Yeah. That's why you don't use hooks and not. Yeah, the argument. Don't worry, the more Bortley disagrees with you, the more right it means you.
That's funny.
Is that Bortley?
Yes, Zonk.
Zonk IDV is Bortley. That's Bortley.
Your patient is cheeks. That's why you're saying that. Okay, I still have
Oh
PTSD from the dream.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
okay. Let's not like get personal here.
Right.
Not
Why are
personal. I
we
have personal experience. I have personal experience. I have PTSD from the dream match.
YouTube
I
just
have PTSD.
for any YouTube viewers, this is a common theme with Bortley. Bortley is just Bortley is the community, you know, rage baiter. We love Bortley out here still.
Yeah,
But-
as you should. That
we,
dream went
we
with
love
you.
Bortley out here. Bortley is the community rage baiter. We love him here. We love Bortley here. What tier is Fool's Gold for ranked? I'll probably make a 100 tier list tomorrow.
Z tier.
Regardless, for YouTube viewers, that is it for the entire tier list. This is a long ass video, so I don't blame you if you don't watch it. There'll be timestamps for shit. Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you all for
Like, oh my
watching.
God, yes.
Subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers, man.